very, very close to a MotoGP level motorcycle. This is not a street legal motorcycle, it's a track only. And this bike will not be homologated for street use. So it's a pure race bike at the highest level. The motorcycle is the first production motorcycle with a full carbon frame. You can see the carbon frame here. In compared with the aluminium frame of the S1000RR. This frame is 33% lighter than the aluminium frame, and it also has different characteristics with respect to rigidity and so on. So it's a more compliant chassis for the suspension system. Okay, the bike also has carbon wheels, and they are 30% lighter than the aluminium wheels that you have on the RR. And also all the fairings on the bike are also carbon, and there are also various other carbon elements on the bike. So there is considerable weight savings on this motorcycle. Okay, when you look at the suspension, so after the chassis comes the suspension, all of the suspension is coming from Öhlins, a Swedish manufacturer. This is World Superbike and MotoGP level suspension. They are using the same types of front forks and rear elements, and they are identical. That's the suspension system, and also the rear swing arm is a World Superbike rear swing arm, precision cast and milled aluminium swing arm with adjustable height pivot. When you look into the braking system, the brakes are from Brembo. They are the full top level braking system for a race bike. So these are exactly the same brakes that you would find on a World Cup machine. They are single monoblock aluminium milled 4-pot calipers, titanium pistons, nickel plated, front to rear adjustable brake bias. So really adaptable bike on a full racing level. So that's the braking system. The engine of the bike is the cylinder head and cylinder block castings are coming from the S1000RR, but apart from that, all the mechanicals inside are completely reworked. It does share the same pistons, but the connecting rods are forged steel connecting rods from Pinnacle, which is an Austrian maker of racing engine components. The crankshaft is a steel crankshaft, lightened and drilled, and racing camshafts with a different profile compared to the S1000RR. High pressure oil pump, it has a higher compression ratio. This engine is producing 215 horsepower at 13,900 RPM, and it will rev to 14,500 RPM as a maximum rev limit, and 120 Newton meters of torque at 10,000 RPM. So it's an extremely powerful motorcycle. It's more powerful and considerably lighter than a RR. Okay, transmission. When you move into the transmission, it's a 6-speed straight-out transmission. The ratios are track-specific racing gear ratios. They're different to the ratios you see on a road bike. So the first and second gear are taller, and the fourth, fifth, and sixth gears are shorter. So the only gear that's the same as a road bike is third gear, right? Because on a race bike, you don't need low first and second gears for pulling away from traffic lights and so on. You use very high RPM to pull away at the beginning of a race. So you have a higher first and second gear, and you have a lower fourth, fifth, and sixth gear, so that you utilize the full RPM band during the lap. So it's a close ratio gearbox. Okay, so the electronics package of the bike, it has a 2D data logger digital dashboard, and it has dynamic traction control. It has electronic brake, and also some of the features which are familiar from the previous HP4 and now the RR, such as the pit lane limiter is also there, and launch control. It has wheelie control as well on this bike, and it also has a weight optimized electrical system. So it has a very, very small lithium ion 5 amp hour battery, very, very small battery, and just to run the electronics on the bike. So you can't fit lights and all these things because it's a purely race-specific bike. So this is the HP4 Race, and yeah, please have a look, take some photos. Thanks very much. As it stands right now, this is the only unit in Malaysia. This is the only one we have in Malaysia. The motorcycle is for sale. The retail price of this bike is 520,900 ringgit with GST. That's the full price of retail price of the bike. But that might sound like a lot of money. Of course, it's much more than an S1000 RR. But when you consider the development costs of full flight motorsport machines like you will see today and tomorrow and on Sunday, the development cost of producing these kind of bikes runs into the millions. So to buy an off-the-peg motorcycle at the sort of €100,000 level is really quite amazing. This is the kind of bike you can turn up to a world-class championship and win. The bike is that good. So when you put it into perspective, in terms of motorsport, which is what the bike is for, actually it's an extremely good value customer machine for the most serious and ardent race professionals or serious amateurs.